Hello there and welcome to Genesis Models. My name's Bobby Waldron, and in this video we're going to be having a product review of the Flory Models sanding stick range. There's a lot of sanding sticks here. They normally generally around about the price of £4.99. You can get them pretty much at all online retailers, places like Models R Go, E-Models, Sprue Brothers in the US. You can pretty much get them everywhere, even Hanance. So they are widely available. The only price difference is, I do believe this one is, just checking. This one is £3.99, the flat sponge sanding stick, and I do believe these flat sanding sticks are they are £4.50. Everything else is £4.99. So let's keep this simple and let's have a look at the multi-pack, the nice starter pack right here. So let's start off with this multi-pack. Now in this multi-pack you get these 3 sanding sticks, as you can see here. Now these 3 sanding sticks just nice and generally get you in nicely started with sanding. It basically does most of your general tasks, right? So to start off with, let's take our black one here. It's got a bit of a sponge. So say for example this fuel tank here, it's got a nice curvature, which in aircraft modeling we do find that we do sand out quite a lot of curvatures. And what it's got this nice medium sort of fine sanding grit on one side. It's got this sponge, and what the sponge will do is it will basically, hopefully as you can see, it will go with the curvature rather than a flat sanding stick, which would basically give you a bit of a flat top. It would flatten it off, and we wouldn't have this nice circular fuel tank. So what we'll do is we start off by simply lightly sanding the top of this fuel tank. I'll just do the middle bit, right? And if you've glued it nicely, you shouldn't really have to do much more than that, really. I mean, that was basically it, a nice little sanding just to take most of it off with this nice medium to fine sanding grit. We can then move along to our blue sanding stick. Now this one, as you can see, is much more spongier, so we can really finish this off, making sure we're keeping with the curvature of our fuel tank, right? And it's a nice fine sanding stick which we can just nicely sand away at this, going with the curvature and just finishing it off, smoothing it off. You can also, with these sanding sticks, dip in a bit of water and you can do a wet sand. Now wet sanding's really good, basically, because what happens is, you're probably going to see now, after just sanding this for a bit, we've got all this basically sanding dust has been caught actually on the model. So what this means is, instead of this sanding dust kind of going up in the air, up in your lungs, it's basically being captured by the water, and it just makes things a little bit more safer. Plus I do find it gets a little bit more smoother if you wet sand it as well. And that basically is it for these basic multi-pack here. It really does just give you 2 sanding sticks which will do most jobs of sanding, which is really great for a beginner to just buy it, £4.99, and there you go, you're away. You also do get this polishing sanding stick. Now it is a polishing sanding stick, so it doesn't like sand down your seam lines or anything like that. What it does, it's good for getting your canopies out. You can give your canopies a polish. If you've got a seam line down the canopy, you know, you can use the blue side just to start to sand it back a bit. Use the white side to then polish it up to a really nice crystal clear shine to it. So it's really good for that. And the blue side as well, if you've ever got sort of like a bit of, say you've got a model, you've sprayed it, maybe you've had a bit of a vortex problem, and the surface is maybe a bit rough, you can use the blue side, and what you can do, you can just nicely sand away at your paintwork, which might sound a bit scary, but if you sand away at it, what it does, it just lightly removes the roughness of the paintwork. But when you remove your sanding stick, what you've got is your paintwork still there. It just feels smoother. You've just got rid of the roughness because it's so fine. So that's also a good sanding stick as well. To start off with. So let's now look at, say, some of the more sort of you know, not so used sanding sticks. Also forgot to mention was you do have the options of different buying powers here, because you can buy the multi-pack, nice for a beginner, but as maybe you're getting along and you're getting better with your modelling, you might want to go out and buy the triple packs, where basically you can get your sanding sticks in like a triple pack, both the black sander, the blue sander, the polishing sander you can get two, all £4.99 as well. So that's like a nice little touch to, you know, buy differently if you want to. The next thing is I want to just quickly touch on is the flat sanding sticks. As you can see here, you can buy them separately. These are like £4.50, remember. Just got them here as well off camera. Now these are, you've got nice different sanding grits here. You've got a nice fine sanding grit, you've got like a nice medium, and sort of like a bit of a coarse on the other side, and then you've got sort of like a more coarser, and then even more coarser on the other side. So you've got lots of different grits. You've got like 6 different grits going on here, but it's in the flat sanding stick format. So as you can see here with our general purpose sort of sanding stick that I use, it's a lot thinner, so it has more of a flatter surface to it. Now, as I say, you don't want to use these when it comes to doing say fuel tanks, because you're gonna put a nice flat top on there, which is not what you want. But it's sort of like when you do come to doing sort of like some flat sanding, maybe you've got like a bit of a flat spot somewhere, you know, it's a bit better and easier to do it that way, for example. What I like to use these for mainly is if I ever use super glue to actually fill in gaps or something like that, because super glue can be a bit hard to sand out. So these nice flat sanding sticks with really sort of nice coarse sanding sticks as well, you can really sort of get rid of the actual super glue side of things, and then you can revert back to, you know, our general purpose sanding sticks we've got there. But I don't use these as much, but it's nice to have them for when you need them, so you're kind of ready for all sorts of sanding tasks. But moving along, we come to the skinny sanding stick range, which is a really nice range to have. As I say, for a beginner, it's all good to go with your multi-pack, but you know, once you start getting along with your modelling and getting better and more professional, you really do want to get your hands on the skinny stick range. So let's have a look at these in their single format. Now these packs, again, £4.99, but you do get well, you get a pack of 10 with the blue sanders, and then it is a pack of 12 with the normal flat sanders, and then it's a pack of 10 with your black polisher, which is basically this thing but in skinny form. So let's have a look at this first. Now we've got our general purpose, the one that we like to use, right, and we can get that now in a skinny sanding stick form as well, which is really nice to have. You also get, again, I've already shown you the blue one here, nice fine sanding stick. You can get that also in a skinny stick form as well, which is also really good. And then remember the flat sanding sticks I was talking about just, you can also get these, but also in skinny sanding stick form. And these ones are really cool because what you do get, you get it in colours. So you know, this nice fine sanding stick is green, and then I do believe it is the medium is like a blue, and then the white is like your more sort of coarse skinny sanding sticks. Now why do we want skinny sanding sticks? Well, they're really good for getting into those hard to reach places. So for example as well, we've got some ejector pin marks just inside this F14 Tomcat piece here on the nose section. What we can do, we can come along with, say, our course, and we know it's course because it's white, and what we can do is we can pick out one of our ejector pin marks in here that we might want to get rid of, right, and we can just target that real nicely, real quickly, and get that done really nice. And then we can come down the grits until we reach our fine sanding stick, our green one, right, and have that all nicely smoothed off, and even come in, if you want to totally finish it off with, say, something like our nice sponge. It's just a good way of getting rid of those ejector pin marks and getting in there a lot easier than trying to get in with these bulky sanding sticks getting in there. So, you know, that's one of the things for skinny sanding sticks. The other one is, I mean, anything to do with air intakes or engine exhaust, you know, these skinny sanding sticks really do you know, come in great use, because you just cannot get these big sanding sticks in there, but these mini sanding sticks, we can really get in there, get our seam line, and we can just target that seam line completely and utterly nicely with your mini sanding stick, you know, just like so, and you can work through your different grits and getting it all nice and smooth, right? So, you know, if you've ever had those problems where, you know, you got all seam lines going on in your air intakes and, you know, it doesn't look quite nice, you can really get in there with all these different types of skinny sanding sticks. So it really is a good one to get when you're sort of getting intermediate and advanced with your modeling. So that's that. The next thing is, as well, we've also got these are £3.99, and it basically is just a nice big sheet of our blue sponge fine sanding stick we have here, which is really sort of like you can use it for all sorts of tasks. I mean, we can get we can do a nice big flat sanding, you know, really sort of go into areas where we can really sort of flat sand. We can cut these up into all different shapes and stick them onto whatever you want to stick them onto to specifically target a specific sanding job. I mean, this is more for like your intermediate and advanced people, you know, who want to do specific sort of sanding. But again, you know, all those but again, you know, your multi-pack really does get you going as a beginner, and as you want to spend more money on the hobby, you know, you can go off and get all these other nicer sanding sticks for those specific jobs. So to kind of finish off, I just want to kind of give you a note out there. These are washable, so you can I don't know, if you want to kind of get some water and a toothbrush and maybe wash down your sanding sticks to give them a bit more life into them as well. Not only that, these skinny sanding sticks, they may sound like they cost a lot, because I mean, we have got 5 different types here. They're about £5 each. You do get like about 12 sanding sticks in each pack, right? And these sanding sticks really do last a long time, especially these skinny sanding sticks, because it's so easy. I'll just bring you in. So easy to say. I mean, with these sanding sticks, these skinny ones, it's normally the ends that really sort of get used. What I like to do is when they sort of start to get used, like you've seen here, I'm just getting the ends done. What you do, you get your cutters and you can really just nicely cut them nice and perfect, like so, and they're all good to go again. You know, and as you can see, you've got quite a bit of length there where you can cut down and cut down and cut down, and then you can jump onto another sanding stick, which you've already, remember, got 12 to 10 of them in a pack. So as much as they're costly, once you've brought them, they are going to last you absolute donkeys. And to be honest with you as well, these this fine sanding stick here and all the other sanding sticks, I have been using them for quite some time, and they really do last a long time. It's not as if, you know, you're going to buy them and throw them out pretty soonish. They do really do last a long time. Little tip as well, this blue one, I mean, once this is worn down, I like to kind of keep a really nice worn down one and use it for canopies, because once these have worn down they get kind of like really fine, and they really do work well for sort of getting your canopies sanded started before you come along with your polishing sticks. Just a kind of a little tip there, you know, don't throw away the used ones of them. So that's it. As I could say, they are sort of nicely priced. They do last a long time. You can wet sand them, you can cut them. You've got so many different options for so many different sanding tasks. Yeah, I mean, I've got to recommend these. They are definitely a recommended tool, and I do use them at Genesis Models. I've used them for years, you know, so if you want to go out and buy them, again, they're about £4.99. You can get them at any top online retail store, from Models Argo, Sprue Brothers, E-Models, you know, you name it, you can pretty much get it anywhere. So hopefully that's been a nice beneficial inbox review for you, and I hope you've enjoyed. So until next time, my name's Bobby Waldron, and I hope you've enjoyed.